Stop making stupid, ridiculous bets on PrizePicks. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you should be doing to make smart bets and set yourself up to win money and profit long-term playing PrizePicks. First things first, we need to get you out of your current mindset. You don't know ball. Straight up, you don't know ball. I'm sorry to tell you that. You have to admit that to yourself, right? You need to stop betting with emotions and what you think is going to happen, because that is only going to lose you money long term. The faster you remove your emotions from sports betting and start making smart bets, the faster you're going to start winning thousands of dollars playing apps like PrizePicks. Straight up, you need to stop scrolling PrizePicks and spamming the overs for these star players, because more often than not, there is a lot more player props with value on the under than the overs. If you're scrolling PrizePicks and you're just looking at lines like, oh, Luka Doncic's line is at 25.5? What? That's way too low. Of course he's going to hit that. And you just enter it in on PrizePicks. You need to stop betting or finish this video and learn how to do it the right way. Now, I didn't say you could do this all by yourself. You might need a little bit of help. And me personally, I use Daily Grind Fantasy to compare sportsbooks, lines, and odds directly back to PrizePicks, Underdog, Better, all of these different DFS apps to find the best mathematical value based on what the sportsbook market has, comparing back to those different apps. You know what they say, having the right tools for the job makes it a hell of a lot easier, right? And Daily Grind Fantasy is our tool. Being able to have all of these different sportsbooks, lines, and odds in one place to easily compare back to these DFS apps makes it a lot easier to find profitable bets. It's like having a hammer and a screw, right? Sure, could you get that screw into a board? Probably with a hammer, but it would be a lot easier if you had a drill. So yes, could you manually look up all of these lines and odds on the sportsbooks and compare them back to PrizePicks? Yes. However, I do not suggest that. It would take far too much time for you to do that, and then go ahead and play this on PrizePicks. PrizePicks and all of these different DFS apps are getting faster and faster at bumping and removing props. You cannot waste any extra time having to do that. You want to be able to just scan the market in one place just like this, and then be told exactly what the best value is. And this is exactly why I told you need to stop betting with your emotions or scrolling through PrizePicks, looking at the last 10 game logs, or spamming those star players overs, and take into consideration what these sportsbooks, lines, and odds are set at and use them as data points. This could be your new research, right? Instead of looking up the last 10 game logs, like I said, or looking up matchups, how this person plays on Monday Night Football, etc. All of this is taken into consideration via the sportsbooks, lines, and odds, right? These sportsbooks are in the business of making money off of their customers, and it's in their best interest to set these lines and odds as accurately as possible to do so. Not only that, they have multi-million-dollar algorithms and models setting these lines for them, taking everything into consideration that you think you know or can look up. Again, the faster you learn that you are not smarter than the sportsbooks and start using their own information against them, the faster you'll become a profitable sports bettor. But before I show you how to read these lines and odds and compare them back to PrizePicks, you need to learn a little bit more about the math behind the slip types you are playing on PrizePicks and figure out which ones you should be playing to set yourself up for long-term profitable success. And you're probably playing a lot of 2-mans and 3-mans, but you should not be doing that. Let's get into it. This is actually really important for you to understand. Here is the breakdown for the math behind each PrizePicks slip type, from 2-man powers down to 6-man flexes. I will make these very easy for you to understand, and we'll start with a 2-man power. For 2-man powers in a 3x payout for going 2 of 2, you need to be right on your individual legs above 57.7% of the time in order to be profitable long-term playing those slip types. That means your individual player props that you are playing, you need to be hitting those at almost a 58% clip to be profitable long-term playing 2-man powers. 3-mans at 5x payout are even worse, guys. You need to be right on your individual legs above 58.5%. Almost 59% hit rate is what you need to be profitable playing 3-mans. All right, let's skip 4-mans. You can see the percentage here, but let's talk about 5 and 6-man flexes and how they are mathematically the best slip types to play on PrizePicks if you want to be profitable long-term. You only need to be correct 54.2% of the time on your individual legs playing 5 and 6-man flexes to be profitable long-term. That's almost a 4% difference in hit rate needed to be profitable long-term when you're comparing 2 and 3-mans and 5 and 6-man flexes. Why make it harder on yourself? Start playing 5 and 6-man flexes and set yourself up for success. It's way less pressure. You can win 4% less of your bets, but still profit more long-term playing those slip types. Now, how do you actually find these plays with good value? Well, using a tool like Daily Grind Fantasy, as I mentioned, is the best way to do this quickly and efficiently, right? Let's scan the market, and what do we see here? Devontae Smith, Under 4.5 receptions is what's being recommended on PrizePicks, but why is that? That's because when we scan the rest of the entire sportsbook and DFS market, we see that all of these different sportsbooks are heavily favoring the under of 4.5 receptions for Devontae Smith. We can see that average odds of -142 is what the sportsbooks are giving this to go under. So we know that via sportsbooks odds, that means they are favoring the under. But on PrizePicks, in a 5 or 6 man flex, we are getting this same play at -119 odds. So a play that the sportsbooks are heavily favoring, -142 average odds across the market at -119 odds. Let's play pretend here. I know PrizePicks is parlays, but let's pretend it's a straight bet for 1 second. A $100 wager on a straight bet of -119 would profit you $84. A $100 wager at -142 odds would profit you $72. You would be making an extra $14 just playing this as a straight bet on PrizePicks if you could. So you're getting a play that has 8 different data points all agreeing this should be priced around -142 odds whenever PrizePicks is lagging behind the rest of the market, leaving this up on their board at -119 odds. Right? This is going to be bumped or removed very quickly because PrizePicks realizes that whoever is taking the under on this player prop has an edge against them. Like, are you going to trust the one outlier in PrizePicks that has this at -119 or the 8 different major sports books that are all agreeing that this has a good chance to hit the under? And I'll leave a link down in the description for Daily Grind Fantasy if you want to check it out. Use code DustinDGF3 and you'll get 25% off your very first month. Exactly. No, and that's the goal here. Where can we find a sportsbook or DFS app that is off from the rest of the market and get the best possible line or odds on that DFS app or sportsbook and take advantage of that? However, since we are playing PrizePicks, we need to find 5 or 6 plays just like this that have a long-term edge against PrizePicks and play them in that 5 or 6 leg slip type together. So let's look at another one here. We have Josh Hart, over 13.5 rebounds plus assists being recommended via Daily Grind Fantasy on the PrizePicks Optimized, right? It has a 54.98% chance to hit. Remember, that's good because we need above a 54.2+% chance to hit. So we want to find 5 or 6 plays that have above a 54.2% chance to hit and get them into these slips. So Josh Hart, over 13.5 rebounds and assists. We can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books all have this matched at 13.5 rebounds and assists, but they're all favoring the over, right? However, DraftKings has already bumped this up to 14.5. So we can see the market, the sportsbooks are starting to agree that this should probably be set to 14.5 because they're all favoring the over of 13.5, and we've already seen DraftKings bump this up to 14.5. So there's clear value taking the over at 13.5 at the best possible odds of -119. It's super clutch that Daily Grind Fantasy does all of the math on the back end to devig these sportsbooks lines and find the true fair odds percentage, also known as odds percent to hit, and then portrays it here. So you know that long term, these plays should be hitting around this percentage based on where these sportsbooks are pricing these odds. Hopefully this is starting to make sense for you guys and why you should be line comparing these sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to PrizePicks to find the best value. And if it's not, maybe a real world example will help you, right? Think about it like this. If you were buying your dream car and it's around $50,000 on every single lot, right, that you're coming across for these dealerships, you were able to find it at $45,000 at a specific dealership, you would be out of your mind to go to one of those other ones and buy it for $50,000. You would, of course, go to where you can get it the cheapest price at $45,000. Then you are creating yourself $5,000 in profit or savings. You literally do this all the time in your everyday life. Like if there's 2 gas stations right next to each other and one is 5 cents cheaper per gallon, which one are you gonna go to? Obviously the cheaper one, right? You do this every single day in your life, so start doing it in sports betting. I promise it's going to create a profit for you long term. So not only can you easily compare lines and odds using the Daily Grind Fantasy optimizers as you see here, but they actually have something called the Daily Grind Fantasy AI Slip Generator. And what this does is it compares sportsbooks lines and odds for you using AI line comparing technology, and then it will build out full slips for you to simply tail. And it's up over 2,000 plus units since it launched on 8/18 of 2023. But you can see here, it has all these different slips for you to simply enter that it's spitting out via line comparing. And as you can see here, it's underdog, rebet, flip. You see, there's no PrizePicks slips at the moment, That's just because the value isn't good enough right now via comparing those sportsbooks lines and odds back to PrizePicks to build out a full profitable slip. It's only going to spit out slips that have long-term profitability. So a PrizePicks slip actually just popped up, and I want to show you why it's so clutch to have the AI slip generator, especially for PrizePicks. As you can see here, it has a bet on PrizePicks button that will allow you to load this slip up with one click of a button on PrizePicks, and all you do is enter in the amount you would like to play. And it's that easy to submit a lineup that has long-term profitable value via line comparing on the AI slip generator. This allows you to cut out manually entering this slip, beating the bumps more often than not. The goal here is to find 5 or 6 plays that have an edge against PrizePicks via line comparing and play them together in those profitable slip types, 5 and 6 man flexes. And over the long term, if you consistently get down as much volume as you can doing this strategy, you are going to create profit and be a profitable sports bettor playing PrizePicks. This is literally a proven long-term profitable sports betting strategy, and you need to be doing it. Goodbye betting with the last 5 game logs and betting with your gut. Hello plus EV betting and line comparing. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something and enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We post sports betting content like this every single week.